Hi guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to be showing you my Erin Condren Teacher Planner and show you how I use it to keep my daycare organized. So if you're not familiar with the Erin Condren products, they are very well made and very durable. So that's why I really wanted to try out the Teacher Planner, because I have been using my Life Planner and I love it. So I decided to go ahead and try out the Teacher Planner. The first thing that you'll notice is that the Teacher Planner is quite a bit bigger than the Life Planner. In some ways this is good, in other ways this is one thing that I don't necessarily love about it. It is a little bit more difficult to take with you places, but I do like it because you can fit like an actual size paper in like the folder, and I'll show you that once we get inside. So the front cover is customizable. I chose to just have my daycare's name and then little logo underneath. And when you open it up, the front cover here, I just stuck in this business card holder that I actually had from like my Filofax stuff. I just used some adhesive on the back and just have my business cards handy right there. This is the front page, and then there's a nice quote here. The first page is all about me. So up here you have where you would put your name, the school year, the grade, the school that you're teaching at or doing daycare at, and then the address and phone number. So I did list my name, and obviously I'm not teaching a specific grade, but I did put my daycare's name in there. I left my address out, and then I did put my phone number just in case it's lost. Over here is the access codes, usernames, and passwords. This I find very handy because I have my provider license number, I have my meal plan or my meal program license number, I have my meal program, the online portion of it, I have a username, password, and then there's also this QRIS. It's like a database basically for daycare providers, and again I have a username and password that I use for that. So this is really great for the at a quick glance reference. And then down here is a place where you can put web resources. Again, I really like this because my licensor told me about a website that I can find progress reports, since we are now supposed to be doing progress reports yearly. So I put that information there, and I'm sure as time goes on I will have more web resources that I will need to list there. Now on this page I didn't fill it out all the way yet, just because I wanted to show you guys this first. So this is classroom events and volunteers. Now obviously I will not be having classroom volunteers, however I am putting my licensor's name down here and my food program monitor's name down here, and I will be adding their contact information as well. Down here is where you would put special events and field trips. So when we do go on field trips, I will be putting down the date and where we're going, and then I'm going to just make sure all the kids have their permission slips in. This page I'm not using. It's helpful hints for the substitute teacher. Obviously, if I'm sick, I'm going to close my daycare, so that's not really pertinent for me. This, however, students with special needs, I don't have any children with special needs. However, I do have a new daycare boy who has a few food allergies, so I'm going to be putting his name here and then writing down what the allergies are over here, just again as a quick reference. This next page over here is holidays and dates to remember. I really like this page because it gives you a year at a glance of all the holidays, your normal holidays, and then again also like Dr. Seuss's birthday, different authors' birthdays, fun little holidays that you wouldn't necessarily have on a regular calendar. So how I'm using this page is up here on this sticky note, I just wrote down all of the dates that I have off, all the holidays that I have off this year. And then I went through and just highlighted under each month which holidays I have off. I'm also using the stickers that came with this to highlight any days that I've had to take off on certain months. So this is really a great way for me to just at a quick glance see what days I have off, what days have I used already and had to take off for personal use and that sort of thing. The next page is where you list birthdays, and that's exactly what I'm using it for, to list my daycare kids' birthdays. This is section here is an absent. We missed you while you were away. And again, I'm using it just as an absent log, so I write the kids' names over here, the date that they were absent, and the reason why they were absent. There is a spot here to check off whether or not they had a note with them. I will not be using this unless they have been told by the doctor that they cannot return to daycare until a certain date, and then I will check off that they did have their note to return to daycare. But again, I really like this because I've had, moms in the past ask, okay, what day was it that so-and-so was out? And I can just quickly look back and get that information. The next section, so there's quite a few pages of that. And then the next section is the graph section. I know a lot of teachers use this for table groupings and table arrangements, that sort of thing. I'm not going to use it for that. I'm actually going to be using this as a note section, so when I have to go to seminars or to take classes and courses, I can write down the information in here. The next section is the year plan. And again, I really like this because I do a theme every month, and so I didn't get this until July, so I just started using this, but for July and August and September, I will be writing down the theme, the letter, books that we're going to be reading, and then goals that we're going to be working on for that month. So again, this is just a great, next year I can refer back to this and say, oh, I'm really stumped. What did I do for this month? Or I want to make sure I'm not repeating, my lessons and my themes, so I can look back, and it's just a great reference for me. And then we go into our months. So the months are not dated. You have to go in and date them. I don't love that. It does take up some time, but I'm going to show you August month and kind of show you how I'm using the monthly spreads. So it looks kind of confusing right now. I'll go through and explain. I use the monthly spreads to keep track of which kids I have on which days, what times they were here, and just as a quick glance of when certain things happened. So for instance, I'll write down the kids' names, I'll write when they came in and then when they left. This is when my food program was submitted, was the first of the month. And then all the green stickies that you see are just hiding my payments. So every time that a parent pays me, I write down in green who paid me and for how much. Now this pink sticky here, I babysat my friend's daughter. She is not a daycare child of mine, but I wanted to kind of keep track of when I did have her, so I can just I just wrote that in with a sticky note. So again, this is just a great way for me to track certain things that happen each month. And let's see, at the end of the month I can easily tally up how much each parent paid me, and that sort of thing. So it's great for record keeping, and at the end of the year it will be very helpful when it comes to taxes. Now when you turn the page, there is a section, it just says what's going on in August. Now for the summer months, I did one newsletter at the beginning of the summer that kind of covered all of our summer months, just because it wasn't as scheduled as a normal month would be. So normally this is where I would just paste in my monthly newsletter, so that way I can flip through each month and see what we were doing and what the newsletter looked like and that sort of thing. And then over here, this is where I write in all of my ideas for the month. So I break it down in 2 weeks. I was off for 1 week in August, so that's why there are only 3 weeks listed here. And I list down kind of a subject within the main theme that we're going to be focusing on, and some crafts that we want to work on, some lesson plans, that sort of thing. So that way if I'm going through and planning my week and I get a little stumped, I can refer back to this. And most of these ideas do come from my Pinterest board, which if you watched my last video, you'll see that's where I get a lot of my ideas from. So that's what the months, oh, and then, I'm sorry, there is one more month notes page at the end of the month, and this is what I will be doing kind of break down all of my finances. So again, tallying up how much each parent paid me, if there were any major expenses that I had to document for that month pertaining to my daycare, I can list that here, and that's kind of my financial page. So that's basically the rundown of what each month looks like, and that goes through an entire year. And then at the back of all of your months is where your lesson plans come in place. And I love this section because it just really helps me get my thoughts down and organizes my week. So I'm going to kind of give you an overview of what it looks like and then break it down as to how I use it. So when you get a teacher planner, you have Monday through Friday listed down the side here, and then you have 7 subjects across the top. Now, I do not need the 7 subjects when I am planning out a week. So what I do is I use one page for each week, if that makes sense. So this is 1 week and this is 1 week. I break it down into 2, each page is to 1 week, instead of using the entire spread for 1 week, if that makes sense. So I use 3 subjects per week. I have my morning activities listed here, my afternoon activities listed here, and then I plan out my meals here. So it really just helps me, like I said, plan out my week. I also, along the side here, I obviously write the date, and then I write the kids that are going to be here on each day. After I've completed this for a week, then I actually make a copy of it and I hang it on our bulletin board, so that way the parents can see what we're doing for the week. They can see what meals we're having and kind of get them prepared for the week as well. On this side, which normally would just be the second half of the weekly spread, again, I just list the days of the week down here, and then the same setup: morning, afternoon, and meals. And this works out really well because there are not enough lesson plan pages to get me through an entire year, because normally school doesn't run through the whole year. So this way I will have plenty of pages throughout the entire year, because obviously I'm doing daycare throughout the year. At the end of all of your lesson plan pages, which you get quite a few, I'm not exactly sure of the number. I'm sure you could find that out on the Erin Condren website. But after those pages, then you go into your checklist pages, which I do not have set up yet, mainly because I wasn't exactly sure how I was going to use it, but I think I've come up with a way as to what I want to use them for. So if you're a teacher, you can list your students' names here. You can list different grades here, or attendance, or really there are a lot of different ways that you can use this checklist. What I'm going to do is I think I'm going to keep track of when I submitted my food program. I think I'm going to keep track of my cleaning for each month. I think I'm going to keep track of certain bills. But like I said, I wanted to kind of think about the ideas before I actually wrote it in. And again, you get quite a few pages of checklists. And then you have another nice quote here, and then your stickers. Now I just added this in, I think I got this at the Dollar Tree, and again I just used coil clips to kind of secure it in. But then you do get stickers, and the stickers are kind of neat too because they are really teacher oriented. So let's see, I'm going to try to show you what these say. So the first one says reminder. This one says progress reports due, report cards due, and benchmarks. This is all testing. This is computer lab and conferences, library, first day, last day, emergency drill, and then field trip and observation. So some of these will I can definitely use. I can use the reminders. I can use the progress reports due. I can use the testing I won't be doing, but I will be doing the library. We go to the library quite often. I can do emergency drill because that's something we need to do as well as a daycare provider, and the field trip I can do. The second page has assembly here, and then a spot to list the time of the assembly, IEP, duty, staff meeting, which I'm using the staff meeting stickers to indicate when I have my support group meetings for daycare providers. And then this is a furlough column here, which a lot of teachers I think are kind of like, yeah, we can get rid of that section. And then a holiday section also, which I can obviously use that. And then you get your 2 pages of blank stickers. Now in the back, this is one of the reasons why I do like the size of it. The Keep It Together folder fits a full-size 8 by 11 paper. So I put my worksheets and activity sheets and that sort of thing in here for the week. I print them out on Sunday, put them in here for the week, and it's all ready to go. On the back side of this, I use this pocket for my little daily sheets for babies. I actually don't have any babies right now. I was taking care of my friend's baby for a little bit, but it wasn't, she wasn't really enrolled as a daycare child, but I would use one of these, and it just kind of lists what they drank, how they slept, what they ate, if they need diapers or wipes or whatever, clothes, and then diaper changes. So one of my daycare moms is pregnant. I will be getting the baby once he comes, and so I do want to keep these in here so I can fill one of these out and have it easily accessible. And then I just keep my milestone tracker in there as well. Another feature that I really like about this planner, and I really wish that the Life Planner would have this, but just on the half-page size, because I think this is a great thing to have. They are clear pocket page protectors. So you can add in your own pages, and say some information changes and you don't necessarily want to write it permanently in your planner, you can just slide it in here, print it out on a computer paper, or just write it down on a regular piece of paper and slide it in here. So the one page that I have in here is just the list of my provider support group meetings. I'm also going to be putting like a waiting list in here because I'm currently full. So if people call, then I can put them on a waiting list. I can put my daily schedule, I can put my kids' schedules, that sort of thing. Just slide it in, and when it changes, I can easily change it out. And then you do get the little pocket back here, which right now doesn't have anything in it. And then we have 2014 and 2015's Year at a Glance. And that is the teacher planner. I'm really enjoying using this. This is definitely a great tool to keep me organized when it comes to my daycare. I think this is a great thing to keep year to year because, like I said, you can refer back and see what you did on this year. It's great for taxes time to get all your financial information in one spot. And for the lesson planning, of course, it's really great. So I really recommend this. I think it's a great organizing tool, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments below. And I will also link my referral link in the down box below. Basically what it is, if you have not ordered an Erin Condren product before and are interested in doing so, you can click on that and get $10 off your first purchase. It is a referral link, so I will also be getting $10 credited to my account. But yeah, I definitely, as you all know, love Erin Condren products and highly recommend them. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope everybody is having a great day.